Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. This Cher Bono is really an active young woman, running around day and night. She makes Henry Kissinger look like a shut-in. I'll just get her private number from this old pamphlet. The CIA looks and listens to the Hollywood stars. Oh, here it is. I'll just give her a little ringy-dingy, find out what's really going on. Not that I care, but Phoenicia loves malicious gossip. One ringy-dingy. Two ringy-dingies. It's not like the good old days. This is the only kind of tapping we're allowed to do now. We're hot tonight, Ernestine. 5 ringy-dingies. Pick up.
Hello?
Is this the party to whom I am speaking? Is this Cher and Cher alike Bono?
Yes, this is she. May I help you, please?
My name is Ernestine Tomlin, a duly appointed and grossly underpaid servant of Ma Belle.
You mean you're an operator?
Judging from the media, I'd say you're the operator, sweetie.
What do you want?
The simple truth, Ms. The simple truth. For instance, where were you a week ago on last Saturday?
Well, I don't think it's any of your business, but let me see. Oh, yeah, I took Chastity to Disneyland, and we met one of the 7 dwarfs, Happy.
Oh, yes, I have that story right here. Let's see. Cher arranges rendezvous between Chastity and wealthy midgets. Is that correct?
Now, that's a bit of a distortion, don't you think?
Look, Cher, I work for the phone company. It is not my job to think.
Ernestine, you really shouldn't believe all that junk you read in those magazines. I mean, if you add it up, those magazines have me going out with 20 guys at the same time.
Well, no wonder you're so thin.
I'm telling you, all those stories are lies. I mean, they're just distortions and fabrications.
The distortions and the fabrications. Are those the 2 rock groups you're going out with? That's another one from Ma Belle.
Look, honey, I've told you they're all lies.
Don't you call me honey.
Miss Tomlin, I've told you that they are all lies. I mean, there isn't one iota of truth in any of them.
Okay. Could I ask you one more question?
Okay.
When are you and Captain Kangaroo getting married?
This is ridiculous. I'm not even seeing Captain Kangaroo.
A scoop, you protest. Tell me, did Mr. Green Jeans come between you?
Look, Ernestine, you are not listening to me. I mean, do you want to know how wild my life is right now?
Oh, yes, I would love to.
I think you're going to be disappointed. I mean, right now, I'm going to take Chastity. We're going to go to the park. We're going to ride on the teeter-totter. We're going to swing on the swings. And then after that, we're going to go out for a malt. Oh, okay? Have you got that? Goodbye.
Hello, is this Photo Screen magazine? Listen, I have the very latest news about Cher Bono. Now listen very carefully. Quote, Cher has her ups and downs, but still goes out swinging and drinking in the afternoon. Yes, absolutely. One ringy-dingy. Oh, gracious, hello. Have I reached the party to whom I am speaking? Is this General Motors? Hi, General. How's everything in the Pentagon? Tell me, how's Mrs. Motors? Oh, I beg your pardon. You are the president of the General Motors. Of Motown fame? Of course, now I recall General Motors. That's a switch, isn't it? Somebody recalling General Motors? Now then, sir, this is Ernestine Tomlin from Telephone Repair Service, or as we say in the trade, Ma Belle's Fix-It Shop. You've complained that your phone isn't working. Well, Mr. Motors. At long last, the brake shoe is on the other foot, so to speak. Now you know what it feels like to be stuck with a lemon. Let me see here, sir. Specifically, it's your hotline that's out of order. Is that correct? The one that goes directly from your office to the White House? What's that for, anyway? So you can call Milhouse before you make a decision? Oh, so he can call you before he makes a decision. Why, that's odd. I mean, Milhouse already knows more about shifting gears than anybody in the U.S. Oh, yes, I know. He believes whatever's good for General Motors is good for the country. But apparently he's never owned a Corvair. Listen, I'll tell you what, General. We'll clear up your phone if you'll clear up our air. Oh, yes, I know all of you of the big three are doing your very best to reduce smog. I'm all choked up over it. Yes, I've heard you're spending $50 million on pollution control. 49 of that's on advertising to tell us you're spending 50, isn't it? Get your hands on Ralph Nader. You'll never let go. Not today. Oh, you're so irritable. You need to relax. Why don't you invite Mr. Ford up to your office? The two of you can play Monopoly. That's a little automobile joke, not unlike the Edsel. Now then, sir, about your telephone, I think we can fix it. Of course, it might take 2 to 3 weeks to get parts. We're going to schedule a repair truck. Will somebody be there between March and April? Well, you never know when one of those trucks will break down. They are nearly 6 weeks old. You can't expect a $10,000 vehicle to last forever, can you? Let's see here. No, I'm sorry. That is the best I can do. Anyway, according to our files, the warranty on your instrument has expired. We give you 5 years or 500 dials, whichever comes first. Wait a minute, General. Don't hang up. Give my regards to Mrs. Motors. I understand you're expecting a baby. But tell me, sir, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
You like boys?
Some of them I like them, but some I do not. Because Junior Phillips takes his PD out at school. It's not so interesting. I've seen it lots of times.
Hello? Sorry, I don't have time today. I'm in such a hurry. I got one appointment right after another. Hey, Reggie, my breakfast, please.
Got it, Miss Ross. There you are. Freshly squeezed orange juice. Like it? Huh?
I thought a butler would give me class. Can I have an egg? One egg.
1A, coming up.
What is that?
It's your egg. You've got it.
That's not a 4-minute egg.
It certainly is. 2 minutes in the chicken, 2 minutes on the floor.
Well, I don't want eggs with filters.
Damn.
Hello? Yes, oh yes, that's a very good arrangement. Very good. Uh-huh. I think I'd like to have 3 guitars and, yeah, they have to be amplified.
Oh, here's your
Uh-huh.
toast, Miss
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah, all of that. Uh-huh.
There you go.
Butter, please, okay? Yeah, the girls will be there on time. Okay, I'll see you later. Reg, what What are you doing?
Don't worry about it. This coffee won't hurt you. I mean, it hurt.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm so nervous. You're always in such a hurry. The doorbell's going, the phones are ringing. You know that I've been up since 5:30 making eggs, steak, English muffins, bacon. Here, try my
You didn't
glove.
give me any of that.
Well, it was for me.
Hello? Yes, let me sing a couple bars for you. Yeah, I'll do it for you right now. Stop, you're breaking my heart, 'cause I want you.
Stop, you're breaking my heart. Oh, Scooby, baby. No, this isn't Diana Ross. It's Engelbert Humperdinck.
No, that's my garbage man. Okay, I have to call you back. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, all right, Reginald. How long have you been working?
Ever since the last civil rights bill.
I really got rushed. The Supremes will be waiting for me, and if I'm not there, they're going to be singing with Patty Andrews.
It's cornmeal mush.
Cornmeal who?
Cornmeal rush.
That's too fat.
Mush.
Oh, mush yourself. I told you it's too fat, and you don't eat that unless you're going out cotton picking.
Well, I don't know what your schedule is today.
Don't worry about my cotton picking schedule. I've got so many appointments today with my dress designer, with my photographer. I got a recording session.
Say, there's very little love in your life, isn't there?
Oh, that's the door. Clean up this mess, will you?
You got the door. Hop to it. Oh, sweetie, you are marvelous. That's terrific. Let me get another shot of that. Now get on the sofa, will you? Oh, that's terrific. Oh, hold it. Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, one shot of the floor.
On the floor?
Yeah.
In an oxygen tank?
What?
What do you want me to do? Huh? You want some action?
Yes, I'd like a little action if I can have you. That's
Here's
it.
some action.
That's what I want.
Right here. Action.
Oh, honey, look at your hair. That's beautiful. That's it. Now keep jumping, darling. You're so good.
Karate Jackie, and that's exactly not karate jump.
Oh, Diana. You look like a queen. I mean, oh, your body is splendid. Oh, isn't that wild? It's a copy of here. Let me drape you.
Will this be one of the kind?
It certainly will. Nobody else has it except for a pair of shorts that I made for Liberace.
Oh, well, no one will see that, will they?
You're kidding? You wear them on the outside.
Let me see. Let me take a good look.
You
I
like
think
it?
it looks more like Phyllis Diller.
Phyllis Diller.
Yeah.
Well, try on this gown, will you? It fits like a glove.
Now, that's more my style.
I
you
think
know?
it is. It's awfully you. I said that when I picked it. Here, put your foot in there. Are you doing that right here? Let me show you. You put your foot in like that, sweetheart. That's it.
Okay.
Put your other little foot in.
And can I just pull it up?
Pull it right up.
Okay.
That's what you do. Oh, wait. Oh.
It's not your. I'm not.
You know, I dig integration, but this is ridiculous.
I don't know about you, but I got to get to a recording session either. I'll put it down.
Oh, well, let's go.
Paul Lynde, all in the Hollywood Square.
Paul Lynde.
Liz Taylor had 1,000 little diamonds and 25 large ones decorating a part of her body. Which part?
Her chin.
Sonny Bono. Sonny Bono sadly admitted recently that although he's been looking, he'll never find another. Another what?
Job.
According to the famous story, who did Narcissus eventually fall in love with?
Well, for a while he was married to Carol Lawrence.
Was Snow White a blonde or a brunette? Snow White? Was she a blonde or a brunette?
Only Walt Disney knew for sure.
According to French chef Julia Child, how much is a pinch?
It's just enough to turn her on.
Do we know, Paul, do we know of anyone who ate over 1,200 baked beans in a half hour?
That may explain what happened to Amelia Earhart.
True or false? Research indicates that Christopher Columbus liked to wear bloomers and long stockings.
No, it's not easy to sign a crew up for 6 months.
True or false? There is a new birth control dog food on the market.
Yes, it's good for girls on a budget.
And he has a new book out, Liberace has, called The Things I...
I'll put in my hair.
When is it a good idea to put your pantyhose in the microwave oven for about 2 minutes?
When your house is surrounded by the police.
True or false? Anne Margaret reached 30 this year.
Just when she inhales.
What should you call the group of dancers in a ballet?
Silly savages.
Does Raquel Welch like milkshakes?
She doesn't have much choice, does she?
What's the main thing we get from Honduras?
You got it too.
From what animal do you get your silk blouses? From what animal do you get your silk blouses?
An animal to you, Peter, but kind and generous to me.
In what state was Abraham Lincoln born?
In what state? Like all of us, naked and screaming.
President Nixon recently told Time magazine that he doesn't have something in the bedrooms of any of the places he lives. What doesn't he have in the bedroom?
Fun.
According to the Constitution, Paul, what's the proper term for our form of government?
At the moment, shaky. Or will you accept?
Is this the girl's license bureau? Right. You probably heard our slogan. Keep cool in your car. Don't be too passionate. If you're not real careful, you're sure as heck crash in it. I'm Mr. Rutledge, head of the department.
Oh, I'm Dean Martin. I'm trying to renew my license.
Dean Martin?
Yeah, Dean Martin.
You mind if I call you Dino? You know, I watch your show on and off.
You do?
Sure, every time it's on, I turn it on. Say, you have quite a reputation around here. When you last applied for your driver's license, you had 3 moving violations.
Well, what's so bad about that?
Plenty. It was the written test. But you still have a chance to renew your new license.
Go ahead, ask me a few questions.
Just look, do you drink when you drive?
Of course not.
Then I guess you don't drive very much.
See how I set it up for him? Right.
That's a double nifty for me.
Yes, it is.
Let's see what you know about the road. What should you do when you see a vehicle's unattended?
Get the hubcap.
That's 2 for you and 2 for me. What's the best way to get started on ice?
Pour some booze on it.
Watch it out of turkeys. Can a driver take exotic fruits across the border?
Well, I once picked up a hitchhiker I wasn't too sure about.
Mr. Martin, you keep up these salty answers, I'll not only revoke your license, I'll have Ralph Nader recall your body. You may be Dean Martin to you, but to me, you're only 2 Wayne Newtons.
Well, I just wanted...
None of your flip answers. You know, you're not the only piggy that gets a driver's license. This morning, Wilt Chamberlain came in here with his Volkswagen.
Does Wilt Chamberlain drive a Volkswagen?
Now he dribbles it. Tell me, do you need glasses?
Only when I drink. Put another nifty for me. Another nifty.
All right, let's see if the eyes have it. Now, cover your right eye with this book of matches and read this Over here, please.
Okay. R-I-V-I-E-R-A.
Where do you see R-I-V-I-E-R-A?
Right here, Riviera Hotel, right there.
You know, you was in college. You're a real riot. We're gonna pretend that we're driving.
Okay. That's okay, as long as we don't pretend that we're parked.
Okay, now let's say we're on the freeway and you're going maximum speed. A car just cut you off, another car's changing in your lane, and a truck ahead of you is making a U-turn. Quick, what do?
Pray.
Let's say your brakes failed. How would you stop the car?
I'll look for something cheap and aim for it.
Now for the hand signals. What does this mean?
Right turn.
How about this one?
Left turn.
Wrong, silly. I'm driving my nails. Well, you passed. You got 80 out of 100.
And that's just the pedestrians.
Here's your license, Mr. Martin.
Oh, thanks, pal. In the words of Richard Nixon, I'll be back in 4 years.
I'm late for dinner. I'll see you, buddy.
You know, nowadays, people don't like to get involved, even if it's a happy occasion. To show you what I mean, in this next sketch, I play the part of a guy who's trying to get married, and Paul Lynde plays the part of a guy who doesn't want to be a witness to it.
Well, we'll have you two married in just no time at all, Mr. Stone. All we need now is a witness to sign this marriage certificate.
Oh, well, I'll go outside and see if I can find somebody.
Good, thank you. I'm going to arrange for a taxi cab to see you to the airport.
Oh, there's somebody.
You talking to me, Matt?
Yeah, I need your help.
Sorry, I already gave it the office.
No, all I want you to do is be a witness at our wedding and sign this certificate.
Let me see this.
Well, you don't have to read it. It's just a wedding certificate.
Don't push me, mister. Last time I signed something without reading it carefully, I was accused of being a communist.
What'd you sign?
How should I know? It was all in Russian.
Russian? Oh. Well, just sign it, will you? We got to make a plan.
One thing at a time. I got to make sure this wedding's legal. Have you had your blood test?
Yeah.
You sure? What type are you?
She's AB and I'm VO.
Mary Hughes and Walter Stone. That's okay. Which one of you is Walter Stone?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I am.
Then this, of course, would be the mother of the bride.
Hey, this is the girl I'm going to marry.
Funny, they usually don't let themselves go till after they're married. Come here, mister. What's a nice kid like you doing in a place like this?
Look, all I want to do is get married and hear her say those 3 little words, I love you.
Look, Buster, after you're married, the only 3 words you get from your wife is, oh, shut up. Now, listen, kid, you can't be too careful. I've been married to my wife 23 years, and I've always lacked that one thing that would have given me 23 years of happiness.
What's that?
The key to the bedroom.
Well, golly, Ned. It must have been a living heck.
You're a clean boy. I like that. All right, I'll be your witness. If you give me one good reason why you're marrying that plain, unattractive, simple little girl.
Oh, she may not look too good in person, but she photographs great here. Look at the picture.
Well, she looks the same to me. Where was this taken?
In front of her father's liquor store.
Where do I sign?
The Dean Martin Show, starring Marty Feldman, Paul Lynde, Debbie Reynolds, and the Gold Diggers.
Richelieu, at last. Should have put that thing away.
Honor, Queen, and France.
Indeed, I have a favorite episode. It's the best one from the television series. It's titled Naked Time, in which I strip down halfway, bare my chest, get my fencing foil, and terrorize the Enterprise crew with my swashbuckling prowess.
No escape for you. You either leave this war bloodied or with my blood on your swords.
From the films, it's again the best of the six that the original cast did. It's the sixth one, titled The Undiscovered Country, because it begins with Captain Sulu of this brand new starship, the Excelsior, much bigger than the Enterprise. And there he is in the command seat, calmly sipping his cup of green tea. And then the ship starts to shudder. Its practice exploding, which was a metaphor for Chernobyl happening. In the meantime, Captain Kirk is out in the galaxies doing battle with the Klingons, and he's about to be blown away to smithereens by the Klingons. They have the upper hand in this. But who should come to rescue but Captain Sulu of the Excelsior out of the darkened galactic sky and blast the Klingons away, thus saving the day for Captain Kirk. And as all classic Star Trek episodes end on the bridge of the Enterprise, Kirk says to this giant image of Captain Sulu, "Thank you for saving my ass." And Captain Sulu benignly says, "Good to see you in action one more time," and roars off. And there's an absolute awestruck McCoy, Dr. McCoy, looking at that Excelsior flying off, and he says, "My God, that's a big ship." And Scotty chimes in with a twinkle in his eyes. "Aye, but not so big as her captain, I think." That's a Captain Sulu movie from beginning to end.
Put out a general bulletin to suspend all meal service on flights out of Los Angeles. Tell all dispatchers to remain at the post. It's going to be a long night. How about some coffee, Johnny?
No thanks.
I want... Mayday, what the hell is that?
Mayday? Why, that's the Russian New Year. You know, we'll have a big parade and we'll serve hotter.
Johnny, what do you make out of this?
This? Well, I could make a cap, or a brooch, a pterodactyl.
Looks like I picked the wrong week. Quit amphetamines. Johnny, how about some more coffee?
No thanks.
Who's flying the plane? One of the passengers. But he's an experienced Air Force pilot who flew during the war, so there's no cause for alarm. Henshaw, take over. What kind of plane is it?
Oh, it's a big, pretty white plane with red stripes and curtains in the window and wheels, and it looks like a big Tylenol.
Watch that oil temperature. What the hell's he doing up there? Stryker, that plane can't land itself. It takes a pilot who can handle pressure. Easy, Rex. He hasn't flown for years. It's not his fault. It could happen to any pilot.
It happened to Barbara Stanwyck.
Push him too hard. He might break. Gotta remember who you're dealing with.
Nick, Pete, Jared, there's a fire in the bar.
Bad news. The fog is getting thicker.
And Leon's getting larger.
Boss, head man, top dog, big cheese, a head honcho.
Captain, look at this.
Passengers certain to die. Airline negligence.
There's a sale at Penny's.
All right, I'll need 3 men up on the tower. You, Newbar, you must see us.
Me, John, Big Tree.
Stand by, Stryker. We're going to the tower. Good luck. We're going to the tower.
The tower? The tower? Rapunzel! Rapunzel!
Your husband and the others are alive, but unconscious.
Just like Gerald Ford.
Now, there's a chance that we can save them if Stryker can get that plane down in time.
That isn't much of a chance, is it?
I don't know, Lynn. I don't know. But we're doing everything we can. Now, excuse me, huh?
Where did you get that dress? It's awful. And those shoes and that coat. Jeez. Just kidding.
I'd like to return to the classics. Perhaps the most famous classic in all the world of music. And yet, for some strange reason, I've been told that I'm the only pianist to ever play this number in Carnegie Hall.
Good evening and welcome to the National Theatre for this, the third in our series of informal conversations with major performers. It has been a very exciting season so far, which has encompassed such performing giants as Sir Ian McKellen, Dame Judi Dench, and of course, Christopher Biggins. But tonight we are to welcome a man who, although no giant, has nevertheless made a huge impression in his chosen field. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. Elton. Do you mind if I call you Elton?
No.
Good. Well, Elton. I'm sure the first question that everybody would like to ask you is this. Funny name, Elton. How did you come by it?
Well, I used to be in a band, and I wanted to become a singer in my own right, and I wanted to choose a name, and the saxophone player in the band was called Elton, so I chose that name.
Did you ever consider John Elton?
No.
You didn't. Okay. Right, well, let's start with those early albums then. One of which I believe was called simply Elton John.
Yes, that's correct.
And you didn't feel awkward with the name at all?
No.
You didn't feel that people might say, wait a minute, they mean John Elton. They've cocked up the record sleeve and printed the bloody name the wrong way around.
No, I thought it sounded great. And, you know, I thought people would be more interested in the music rather than the name.
Oh. Now, to the songs themselves, many of the lyrics were, of course, written by Bernie Taupin.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I'd like to talk about Bernie for a while, since obviously he's been an enormous influence on your career.
Yes, he has, yes.
Tell me, did you ever discuss changing his name? Because presumably Taupin Bernie would have been more consistent with your Elton John.
Look, do you want to talk about the old songs or not?
All right, the songs. The old songs. Your song is a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite popular, yes.
Well, there is a verse in that song in which, talking about the eyes of the person that the song is about, you sing, "Excuse me for asking, these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue."
Yes.
What I'd like to know is this. Is it this sort of chronic forgetfulness that led you to forget that Elton is not, in fact, a Christian name at all? It is a surname. And not a very attractive one at that.
Let's talk about something else, shall we? Forget the name.
All right, Mr. John. Let's talk about being a stage performer, should we? Tell me, do you ever watch other performers and get jealous?
I'm not sure I follow you there. I mean, jealous of what?
Well, for instance, Ben Elton.
I don't have to do this, you know.
All right. Look, I'm sorry.
Go.
All right. Fair enough, moving on then. Many consider your masterpiece, of course, to be the album Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. There is one song that people are particularly moved by called Candle in the Wind.
Yes, a lot of people seem to like that song.
Now, this song is in fact dedicated to Norma Jean Baker, who of course changed her name to Monroe Marilyn.
Marilyn Monroe.
My point exactly. Marilyn is a Christian name, so it comes first. Can't you see that? Are you word blind or something? I mean, it's...
I've had enough of this.
All right, no, wait, please. I'm sorry. See, please, I'm sorry, it was my mistake. I'm sorry. There's only one more question to go. It won't take long, really. It won't take a moment. Sorry, there's only... I am... Please, sit down. One final question. You've obviously achieved enormous success over the years, but in fact, you didn't have a solo British #1 until this year, with a song called Sacrifice. Now, my big question is this. Surely, you wouldn't have had to wait so long for a #1 if it hadn't been for your stupid, pointless, bloody name! Bang!
I'm a veteran of the Starship Enterprise.
I soared through the galaxy, driving a huge starship with a crew made up of people from all over this world. Many different races, many different cultures, many different heritages, all working together. And our mission was to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Well, I am the grandson of immigrants from Japan who went to America, boldly going to a strange new world, seeking new opportunities. My mother was born in Sacramento, California. My father was a San Franciscan. They met and married in Los Angeles, and I was born there. I was 4 years old when Pearl Harbor was bombed on December 7th, 1941, by Japan. And overnight, the world was plunged into a world war. America suddenly was swept up by hysteria. Japanese Americans, American citizens of Japanese ancestry, were looked on with suspicion and fear and with outright hatred simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor. And the hysteria grew and grew until on February 1942, the President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, ordered all Japanese Americans on the west coast of America to be summarily rounded up with no charges, with no trial, with no due process. Due process is the core pillar of our justice system. That all disappeared. We were to be rounded up and imprisoned in 10 barbed wire prison camps in some of the most desolate places in America. The blistering hot desert of Arizona, the sultry swamps of Arkansas, the wastelands of Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, Colorado, and two of the most desolate places in California. On April 20th, I celebrated my 5th birthday. And just a few weeks after my birthday, my parents got my younger brother, my baby sister, and me up very early one morning, and they dressed us hurriedly. My brother and I were in the living room looking out the front window, and we saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway. They carried bayonets on their rifle. They stomped up the front porch and banged on the door. My father answered it, and these soldiers ordered us out of our home. My father gave my brother.
No, I'll just. Tucker! What's wrong? Somebody over there. Over where? Over there. Hello? Is anybody there? Nobody is there. I tell you, I saw somebody in the bushes. Honest. TJ, you're just trying to scare me. Come on. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If my mom ever knew we had a secret clubhouse in Potato Tom's Woods, she'd have a heart attack. She'll never know, so I worry. Well, I know, and I do worry. If our paths ever cross, that old hermit could put us away for good. He could starve us until we're nothing but skin and bones and feed us to his rats. TJ, just keep it yourself, will ya?
Ruth, where are you, Mom?
Walter. I was so worried. Where were you?
I couldn't break away from the meeting.
We're going to be late. I'm sure my father's plane's already landed.
Don't worry, we'll be there in plenty of time.
See if you can find my purse. I'll be right down.
Why the meeting all of a sudden? Yeah, what's the big deal anyway? It's an emergency.
Well, what emergency, for Pete's sake?
Someone's been heisting stuff from our clubhouse.
Well, like what?
Remember those beat-up bricks the contractor let us take from the old mill site? Well, they're gone. Alvin can prove it. Show them. See? 15 bricks received personally May 1st by Alvin Johnson, Inventory Control Manager. Bricks on hand May 17th. None.
Well, who could have taken them? Unless it was...
No, wasn't him. Probably just some kids took them, and that's who. TK, you better take the flag and logbook home with you. There's no telling what will happen to him if we leave him here.
All right. I'm turning into a nervous wreck hiding all this stuff from my mom. And it was no cinch hiding that huge roll of tar paper, let me tell you.
Let's face it, TK. The main reason we let you in our club is because you got a room of your own to hide things in.
I found it.
Good, let's go.
Bet he's forgotten everything.
What are you talking about? What's he forgotten?
His medicines, his vitamins.
Ruth, you know what's wrong with you? When you love someone, you try thinking for them and worrying for them. Sometimes it's too much.
My father needs care. He's an old man. Come on, Walter, let's go.
Any messages?
Aunt Margaret suddenly decided to go with Uncle Horace on his business trip to Paris.
Just like that? No warning, nothing?
You know how impulsive your aunt can be. Well, obviously, Grandpa can't take care of himself alone in that big house. I'm so relieved to have him here where I can take care of him.
As I understand, it'll just be till they return.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe he'll prefer living here with us. I hope so. I think it was a big mistake for Dad to go to Margaret's to live. I don't care if it was his choice.
Isn't he old enough to make up his own mind?
That's it exactly. He is getting older.
We all are, Ruth.
You saw how he looked, undernourished and tired. Margaret never took care of him the way my mother did.
I never heard him complain about living with Margaret.
Nonsense. Dad never knew what was good for him. That's what Mother always used to say, and it's true.
Well, I guess we're making this bed up for me.
You won't mind too much, will you, sweetheart?
No. Can I at least have my closet?
Why, dear? You both can share it, can't you?
No, we can't. Please, Mom.
Dad can put his few things in our closet, Ruthie.
Oh. TK, go on up and say hello. And see if you can get Grandpa to take off his coat and take a little nap.
I'll try.
Lots of luck. I got to get back to the office.
Go on, dear.
Hi, Grandpa.
You don't have to shout. I'm not deaf.
It's really hot in here. Why don't you,
Your mother sent you up here to get my coat off me, didn't she?
Well, not exactly, but it would be a good idea.
Yeah, just as I thought. Take your coat off, Dad. Let me get you a glass of water, Dad. Take a nap, Dad. DK, a man can't even be left in peace to make a few simple decisions for himself. Your mother is a fusser.
Mom has a tendency to,
Metal, like your grandma. When she was alive, I used to have to sneak off to the shed. You have some place to sneak off to? Most kids do. Already your mother's talking about my attending the Soaring 60s. You know what that is, girl? That is a club for old people. Well, I'm not old. Not yet, I'm not.
top of everything, he's a snorer.
Tight. No suits with narrow lapels. Break through.
Ah, lavender and old lace. So like you, my sweet Jessica.
Is my Dobikins making fun of his little Jessicans because she's so too utterly old-fashioned?
Oh, but no, my Jessicans. Your Dobikins thinks his Jessicans is too utterly divine. And he can't wait until that too utterly divine moment next month when we shall be walking up the aisle, side by side, to get our diplomas. Ah, my Jessicans, what glorious harmony we shall make together.
Stop the music!
Zelda, you were spying on me.
What spying? I'm just protecting my investment in you, Buster.
Matter, Harry.
Quiet, Dobikins. And as for you, my empty-headed, bleach blonde friend, let me present the facts. First of all, you will not be walking up the aisle side by side with Dobie because at graduation we line up alphabetically. And he's G for Gillis and you're Z for Zeppelhorse.
Z for Zelda, will you do me the honor to get lost?
Of course not, Poopsie. You love me and you want me to be here.
Now, cut that out.
Face up to it. Either you stick with me or in the baseball game of life, you're never going to get out of the bullpen.
Who says I have to stick with you? Who says so? You don't know everything.
I do, and be quiet. I'm measuring you for a sweater. Here, hold
Zelda, will you please get off my back?
Tired all the time.
What are you doing?
Practically owns
She
you.
does not.
I do too, and I don't believe in Lindley's.
There are many fine things to be said about Zelda Gilroy, all of which escape me at the moment. I mean, she's kind to stray dogs and lost kittens and parents and other unfortunates. So why isn't she kind to me? Me, she's gotten this hammerlock. And the strain's turning me into a shaky, skittish, fidgety, broken-down wreck.
You rang?
I know. Hi, Maynard.
What do you like doing?
Thinking.
Yeah, it's not my line of work.
Maynard, look, I've got to figure a way to get Zelda off my back.
Does it have to be like legal?
Of course it has to be legal. You don't think... What'd you have in mind?
Well, I figure we take up the tub of Lover's Leap, see, and I look around, make sure nobody's watching, and you give a little push right
Maynard, I'm shot. We're not the kind of fellows that do things like that. Besides, the police department in this town's too sharp. We'd get caught.
Dobie, you're behind schedule. You didn't stop by the lab for your tutoring in biology.
That's right, Zelda, I didn't. You want to know what I did instead? I met a girl on the bus named Monica Klaus, and I rode 2 miles past my stop so I could make a date with her. And she's meeting me here in 5 minutes, and that's what I did instead.
Pish posh. Now, look, we'll make up the biology at my house from 4 to 5, Latin declensions 5 to 6, sweater
Zelda.
fitting right now.
Look, Zelda, I don't want a sweater. I don't need a sweater. I'm not the sweater type. Now, you listen to me, Zelda. This nagging's got to stop. You've got to quit bugging me with your schedules and your sweater and your tutoring. Zelda, don't you understand? I want to be free. Free. Do you hear? Look, it tastes terrible.
Attaboy, Poopsie. Now, you stop by the gym at 3:30, and I'll start you on those exercises to build up your latissimus dorsal muscles.
Zelda! Now, Zelda, come back here. Zelda!
So, after we slip the Mickey into her sandwich, we steal a car, see me to the border, and then we...
Don't tempt me.
No, you ain't nothing but a miserable wretch.
Yeah, you can say that again.
You ain't nothing but a miserable...
Okay.
I am nothing but a miserable wretch. Por Fidelio!
Geronimo. Tetsworth, you are not only a miserable wretch, you are nasty. This report card is a disgrace. Latin D, algebra D-, chemistry F+, not a single A.
Oh, Mumsy, it's scarcely my fault that the curriculum doesn't include polo.
All Osborns are nasty, but to be as dumb as a post, Gad, that is a disgrace. Por Fidelio! Touche. Tetsworth, if your grades don't improve, do you know what will happen?
You'll take away my little blue sports car.
Right.
And you'll take away my 40-foot white cabin cruiser.
Right.
And you'll take away my blue blazer with the solid gold buttons and the Osborne crest in all pockets.
Right, but something even nastier will happen.
You mean?
Yes, if your grades don't improve, Chatsworth Osborne Jr. will not be admitted to Yale.
Not be admitted to Yale? Oh, no, not that.
Nasty Osborne after Nasty Osborne has attended Yale.
Not go to Yale.
The only other Osborne who never attended Yale was your Uncle Fidel. He died of stupidity at the age of 93.
Not go to Yale. No football weekends. No Vassar girls. No suits with narrow lapels.
Break through the
no rebels and frolics on the old quad. We'll give a long cheer for Eli's men. We're here to win again. Harvard's team can fight through the end, but Yale will win. Bow, wow, wow. Eli, yeah.
All right, Chatsworth. Break clean.
I'll do it, Mumsy. I'll do it. I'll raise my grade so that dear old Yale will be forced to admit one more nasty Osborne.
Then I should be proud of my nasty boy.
But how will I raise my grades? How? And who will help me? Who?
Me. I'm the one who's going to nag you into being rich and successful and happy, even if it makes you miserable. Now shape up, boy. We got studying to do.
Do we have to?
You have to.
Hey, didn't you hear my mother calling me?
Maynard, you're going to stick with me.
Okay, now we'll begin with a history lesson. Toby, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII?
Henry
Yeah,
VIII.
Dobe. Tell her the 8 wives of Henry VI.
Maynard.
The 4 wives of Henry III.
Maynard.
The 9 wives.
Maynard, quiet. Yeah. And now the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Hey, ain't he the cat that looks like Captain Bligh?
Maynard.
Yeah, and Captain Bligh, he looks like Charles Lawton.
Maynard.
Hey, Zelda, you're 100% brain. You know everything. So how come all them history characters look like Charles Lawton?
Maynard.
Abraham Lincoln, a spitting image of Raymond Massey.
Maynard.
And Bela Lugosi, a dead ringer for Dracula. Don't be afraid.
Maynard, come on now.
And Charlton Heston. He looks like practically everybody.
Maynard,
Yeah.
how are you?
And Fulton Sigafoos.
Maynard.
Fulton Sigafoos.
Yeah, he looks like my Aunt Harriet. And then there's
Maynard, enough.
Toby, we must press on despite this dragging anchor.
Yes.
You're like welcome.
Now, Toby, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII? Think.
Oh, hey, I remember. They were all named Catherine something, except a bunch of them who were named Anne something.
Strictly Flunksville.
Why?
Now listen. Henry VIII's first wife was Catherine of Aragon.
Yeah.
His second wife was Anne Boleyn.
See, I was right.
His third wife was Jane Seymour.
Bravo, Zelda. It takes courage and a sledgehammer to pound information into that rock-hard Gillis skull.
Don't be so smart, Chatsworth. Your grades aren't exactly burning the school down either.
True, but only for the moment. You see, I am not without my hidden resources.
Oh?
Zelda, my delightful elf, has anyone ever told you that you possess that indefinable quality of the truly great women of our time?
Who, me?
Who, her?
You gotta be kidding.
Kidding. I'll show you who's kidding. Zelda, my erudite beauty. Will you go dancing with me Saturday night?
Who, me?
Who, her? We'll trip the light fantastic to the music of Lawrence Welp. Lawrence Welp?
Aha, that's where you trapped yourself, Chatsworth. Lawrence Welk isn't even in town.
I know. I intend to import him for the occasion.
You would do that for me?
That and 1,000 things more, my lovely Zelda. Moonlit trips in my expensive 40-foot cabin cruiser. Fabulous spins in my expensive little blue sports car.
Well, it's all very flattering, Chatsworth, but I couldn't possibly do it.
I could. Zelda, you're turning me down?
No offense, but Dobie would never stand for it.
Leave us not be too hasty, Zelda. Maybe I could force myself to stand for it.
Just look, Zelda, my lamb. There's really no comparison. I am the sole heir to a vast fortune, also witty and desirable.
And I'm but the son of a poor grocer, dumb in school and puny.
You know, I'm beginning to think you actually want me to go out with Chatsworth.
It isn't what I want that matters, Zelda. I'm thinking of you, of your future. The key word here, my sweet, is sacrifice. It's a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done.
Gee, Dob, you're like a real human being.
Yeah.
There are forces at work here that are beyond my understanding. But a girl with my face and dimensions is in no position to be fussy. Take me, Chatsworth, I'm yours.
Goody gumdrop.
Atta girl, Zelda.
Europa.
Maynard, that's Eureka. There will always be a warm glow here in my heart when I think of you.
Thank you, dear sweet Dobie. Are you sure you want me to go through with this?
Oh, you must, my sweet, for your sake.
Gee, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen since they took away the kid's dog on Lassie.
My expensive little blue sports car awaits my learned princess.
Maynard, she's gone.
Poor Zelda.
I wanted her to go. I'm free.
Poor Zelda.
I can make dates with Monica and Jessica and every girl in town. There won't be any nosy old Zelda nosing around to get in my way.
Poor Zelda.
At last she's off my back and she's jumped on Chatsworth's back.
Poor Chatsworth.
More caviar, more roast guinea, and more whatever we have that's expensive.
Glory, ask you, what a spread, Chatsworth. You always eat like this?
Doesn't everyone?
You know, going with you gets to be a classier idea with every bite.
I agree, my.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Number 19. I'm from the Bronx. My name is Glenn Hughes.
My word, basic black.
What do you do, Glenn?
I'm a toll collector at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel.
Do all toll collectors look like that?
Just the hot ones.
What's your talent?
Huh?
Aren't you here for the auditions?
Auditions? I'm here for an extension on my income tax. Glenn, you're in the wrong room. We're having auditions for a singing group. A singing group? Yeah. Well, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. It's I'll be here in sunshine or in shadows. Oh, Danny boy, I love your song.
Great! You are fantastic. Ron, sign him up.
Okay, let's talk business. Now, this group we're putting
Yeah,
together-
Ron,
may I see you for a moment? Ron, I appreciate your newfound interest in the theatrical world. However, I'm afraid that your choice of entertainment clients is unacceptable to this firm. I would appreciate your limiting your future endeavors to the tax area. This country is overtaxed, and so am I. I quit. This is entirely up to you. But I think you're making a big career mistake.